Hi, John. I was talking to John at work about something that I noticed a lot of people don't understand, and I'm actually surprised by this. But this is the Vcarve Pro, and in fact, let me show you. I'll show this to John. Um, my favorite software, and I've used quite a few different CAD softwares, is Vectric. Just go Vectric and just go to their home page. The softwares that they have are in the order. There's basically four different softwares that you have. So here they are. I'll put lay them side by side here, but okay, Cut 2D Desktop is a good software for drawing most any kind of 2D shapes. You don't have as many tools to output the G code that way. Toolpath with plasma cutting and probably even laser cutting, it would work fine. But mainly, I'm just talking about for CAD, and the difference, the biggest difference in these, and you can read through here, is the maximum job size is 24 inches on the desktop softwares, and here in the Pro, it's not. On the Pro, it's not limited. But yeah, you can do almost any type of CAD that you ever want to do with Cut 2D. Pro is my favorite, but there's probably a few more features here, but mostly it's to do with toolpaths. If you're not going to use it for toolpaths, and just mainly using it for CAD, which is why I used to use it mostly, then that's fine to have the desktop. And then here's Vcarve, same thing. You can only go 24 inches. You can do quite a bit more. Got some files and things with Vcarve, I think. I use Vcarve Pro, and you can do really good toolpaths for about any type of CNC work that you want to do, honestly. But it's really tailored toward wood craft or even laser cutting. As far as their top of the line software, and it's really expensive, it's I believe, see the price here, but I think it's about $2,000 for this one. The others are a lot less. Surprised this ain't showing the prices here. Let's go into, you can also get the laser module, which I do have, and you can output to your laser or just generate the G code. I don't output to my laser through this. I just use the G code and go to my control. But anyway, they have I don't know. There's a lot of good information here. I just want to show you this is where you go to buy it. And, if you was looking for a Vcarve or Cut 2D desktop would be the cheapest version. I don't know how much there is, $150 for Cut 2D Pro. Now, and all of these softwares will look just the same on the screen. So I'll show you what it looks like. Here's Vcarve Pro, and the only difference you'll see is a few extra tools here and there. So when you first get in, you go create a new file and just enter your workspace. And so this is not all that critical. Most people don't think you need to put the size of your piece of wood or whatever you're using. I was just put in 12 by 12 and a quarter inch thick. And as you can see, you can use millimeters or inches here. It doesn't matter, whichever you prefer. In the US, we use inches, of course. You can use your 0 can be in the center or down here in the bottom left. You can change it anytime. It's handier for drawing a lot of times to keep things center. centered if you just put that in the center, but sometimes I like to run 0 from this out to the machine. So we'll see, but for now, we're just setting our workspace up. And this is the part I was trying to show John. Before I use any files, see up in here is everything's laid out real plain, like here's your, we import files, or you can go back into your job, size stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. I've never used most of these. There's your undo and copy and paste. I usually right click a lot of things. I don't use a lot of the buttons here, but you can import a bitmap. This is kind of what John was talking about. So let's just say, I don't know what some of this is, but okay, like for instance, that's a Texas Ranger deal that I kind of loaded the other day. It's just a JPEG file. Okay, so that's a bitmap file as well. I went to import bitmap. Now this doesn't have vectors, so it's really not ready to use yet. So a bitmap file, even if you're using Lightburn, the trace function in Lightburn is a little better. See how that's not a good clear image. You can't use that yet, but you can go over to trace function. So see the little birdie looking thing there, you can push trace, and you could come in here and play around with all of these different colors, and you can change more or less colors, see which ones I can come in better. I'm not very good at using this trace function. Some people are really good at it, but you know. But anyway, and then you can come in here and play with some of this stuff. But to me, this trace function doesn't always work real good for things that are kind of difficult. This is a fairly difficult one. See, the star looks pretty crappy. This is not going to trace very well in here, but all you do is when you get this set, just come down here and push preview and see if you think it's going to look okay. And then if you're ready to push apply, and then you can do that. And drag one of them out of the way. I didn't close the tool this way. Now, that's the one we just made, and we can get rid of the one behind it. So I'm just pushing the cursor keys to get that over. We'll click this. I'll just hit delete and get that off the screen. Now we can select this, and we'll center it back in the middle of the easiest things. Push this align button right here, and just go align to material, center it right back in there. Okay. Now we can, this is all grouped, it looks like. See, I had probably didn't have something selected right when I traced that. So it's grouped. So I ungrouped it. So now I've ungrouped it. You can ungroup it in another button here too. If that was easy, it let me do it right there. But now here's the nodes. I had pushed the end to bring up the node. Look how crappy looking. I pushed the end to turn it off. Just so look, you can see that the trace is not that great. See how that's not a round ball? And let me show you, John, this is what I was showing. To fix a circle like that, now we're not going to use this trace probably because I was going to show you Lightburn traces a whole lot better. But if you did want to use something like this software is really easy for editing stuff. So the first thing I would do is just click one vector here at a time and just don't move things around when you do that. And I'm just zooming with this scroll and the mouse right here. So let's see what size it is. So over here, there's a select. See where this transform objects thing is, everything's laid out. So easy here. We're going to set the size. We're not really going to set it, but it'll show me the size. So right now, it shows that to be 221. Okay, before we go any further though, okay, that's pretty small ball. That's one. Okay, I wonder why that is so low. Let's go back into that tool now. It's at You notice the height and the widths are different. Let's just pick some size of 0.23. Still 230 thousands here. And so this link, if you unlink this, it can not stay the same. So link that and it'll keep them. In fact, let's unlink it because these are not the same this time. So let's do 0.25 by 0.25 just for now. Remember that was at about 0.21. So that's not what I was going to do. So I'm going to finish Control Z. You know, I forget what I'm doing when I'm trying to do a video. All right. We just wanted to see what size it is. It's about 0.23 inches, 230,000. That's all we wanted to know right now. Now let's do a circle. Draw a circle, and let's make the diameter of that circle about 0.23. Now, if we'll hover around here, it's going to snap. The snap buttons are up here. You can enable them. I'll go to enable. See how that's snapping right to that in the center? So see, now I made a circle that's perfect. And then I can just get rid of this other one. Right there, I just click him, and I'll hit the delete key. Now we get a perfect circle, and if you want to look at the nodes on that, you know, it'll look really clean. So that's how you go around and fix things. The same thing, this star looks like junk. And this is all terrible. I'm not going to use this. I was just showing you. If I did want to use this star, though, same way, I can come over here. Let's see what size he is. In fact, he's 296 on a 348. It doesn't matter. We can just judge that and how we want it to look. It's roughly 300,000. So in that case, let's just go over and draw a star. Look like I've done that before. It's already at 0.31. Let's see what it looks like if we just, nope, that's not the right size. So let's undo that. Make it 1,000 then. Okay, so there's a star. Let's just get rid of the old one and see if we can fit this in here somehow. So just click on. Now you can use your cursor key to move this around a little. And I don't know how it should look. Right now, this is just short demonstration. I'm just showing you kind of how you can fix this stuff. So now let's just trim this out and make all this one piece. So you use your scissors right here. Well, it's showing me that. Oh, okay. So we'll just go in here and trim this stuff like this out of here. And so that all is one piece now. And so I don't like how sharp these points are. That's another real easy tool. See this right here? It says fillet. So you set that to a small, whatever size of radius you want right there. And then when you see that little check mark, you can click that. And that's too much. So let's Control Z to undo that. Let's move this number to, I don't know, 10,000. See what that looks like. And I don't know if that's right or not, but I'm just showing you how that tool works. So go around and do all that and then close. You can right click and close tools out too with the mouse. Anyway, that's a little bit better star. It may not be perfect, but you know, and a lot of these nodes are really terrible. If you click this, push the N, and you know, you can tell that's, I'm not sure what the shape should have been originally, but it's probably not that great. It's not really that bad. You can tell some of these lines are crooked. But in this case, I don't know what that font there was supposed to look like exactly. We can look at some more letters here. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of crazy looking. Let's see. And you can see this is certainly goofy. So it's not a good trace for sure. I was just showing you if you can fix things. So now let's close this out, and we're not going to save anything here. Now let's go into Lightburn and let's pull that up again. And I know, really, see up here, you can go import. And I really don't know which file I had opened up. I guess this is it. Okay, so there it is. Remember, that was a bitmap. So that's not really ready. I know Lightburn will let you go ahead and put this, but don't know why they would. They're even showing that there's nodes in here. So it might be okay, actually. I don't know. John, sometimes these might be okay if you check the nodes, but to me, this looks like a bunch of hatcheted out shape. And so let's see if we can find anything else that looks crazy. How's this star look? And he looks pretty decent, but there sure is a lot of nodes in here. I don't know what that would look like if we traced this. It's really not that bad. I'm actually impressed how that looks. It's pretty good. So let's try to trace this file. So I don't know where the trace is in here without going up here to tools. Somewhere up here, there's a trace. I'm not very familiar with the. I swear it's in here somewhere. Trace image. You know what? I may have closed the wrong file. Let's. How you close that file? Let's just get out of here. Let's try that again. I'm not. I haven't. I bet I hadn't used Lightburn more than about an hour altogether. I don't have a lot of experience. So let's import. Sure thought that was a bitmap file. Let's make sure. Okay, here's the JPEG file. I can for sure see that. So there it is. Now let's go to node editing. Yeah, okay. I had the wrong file. So now this is a JPEG file, like same file we pulled in earlier. Now let's try to trace this one. I don't know if there's a trace button over here or not. You'd think there would be. But anyway, it's up here in tools. Down here it says trace image. And so there's some settings here. I don't know much about it yet. There's videos on this somewhere else. I was just showing that, just push OK here and see what it looks like. So see that star still looks kind of goofy there, which would be fixed. I'm more comfortable fixing that in Vcarve, but all I was going to say, so right now, without even messing with this, see, that's not very round either. But it's quite a bit better trace, I think, than what we had with the other program, I believe. But let's look at the nodes here, I'm not up to. All right, good. Not sure why it's not letting me see the nodes. So let's see what I'm doing. So, it's not a vector file yet. This is just what we traced. So we have to export that file. So over here, there's probably a button for it, but I'm going to go File, Export, and let's call this, I'm going to call this LB. World Series video. I'm just trying this. Now we're going to save this up here in that laser. Now let's just close this. We're not going to save anything here. Now let's go open that in Vcarve. I'm just doing this as a showing you just because I'm more familiar with this programming. So we can open, we can go open the existing file and we can go from that. Well, let's go to date. Here's the one I just made. Okay, now let's open that SVG file in here. And it's offset, it's got offset set right there. Barely gives some more room in here, showing it's just like just 12 inches. Like we had it, just give us around it, and then I'm gonna put that at 0. That's just our workspace. This is just where this program I can move it. So let's just select all of that, and this move function here is real handy, but we can align it, or if we want to this move, you can go move it to the absolute, just change the X and Y zeros. You can see that's a little more trouble than doing that align. And then apply that, and it does the same thing. It puts it in the middle. All right, so then we can push our in and see kind of what some of this looks like, and that's really kind of crappy, but I still think it's a better trace than what we had. And so, like I did earlier, just go in and fix stuff. Just like that little ball, you remember we fixed, so we just checked size. He's less for 0.21. So this might be something in there bigger so we can see it easy. Let's go 0.22. Great thing, right there in the middle. We've got a good circle there, and then we just click that one, push the delete, and we'll get that fixed. And you can see then the nodes look a little, we're gonna close it to push that in. And then if you don't like some of this, here, like there's something going on here. Oh, that's just these handles sticking off the nodes. This is supposed to look like his arm, so I think that's probably okay. You can delete that. Like there shouldn't be a node in the middle there. You can right click that and push delete point. And that's a way you can straighten lines up. If you see a bunch of zigzaggies, you can remove some nodes. I think that's supposed to be there. Just for example, if we didn't want all that, you could go in here and delete points, and it straightens that up a little bit. There's still a little bit of curve going on there, but I'm just trying to show you as an example. If you want to make that a straight line between there, just delete these points out of the middle, and that'll pull that straight. You can pull these around. I'm not good at doing that, but if you wanted to, you can make shapes like that if you want. I'm not that great at doing all that, but a lot of times if you don't like the shape of something like that looks crazy, you could go in and redraw that, or mess with it. To me, it'd be hard to fix that. Personally, I would rather go in and just kind of redraw some of that. That's just a rectangle. So honestly, if you wanted the same way I showed you earlier, you could go in, check what size that rectangle is. It's 0.451, well, 1/8 of an inch. So actually going into a rectangle, and we say 0.451 and 125, and find out where that trying to pop to the center. It's not right. I want to do it there. Go back and check again. What size was it? Maybe it's 4.51. Okay. Now let's draw that. And we'll go 4.51. Let's find out where the center of that pops to. Oh, see what I did wrong? You gotta have this thing in the center to do that, because it's gonna draw from whichever point that you had it in. So there's that one. So then all you gotta do is go in here and delete the other one. And now you got a good one. And if you wanted to move him over just a hair, just click it over. That's how easy that is to do that kind of stuff. I don't know what this one looks like. He don't look that bad there, but I don't like that. Point, my OCD can't take that. That's a start point, so delete that one. And you can change your start points too when you're cutting. This is an inside hole, but if it happens to be an outside hole, you want that to lead in on the outside. Sometimes the start points are not where you want them to be, and so you can actually move a right click right there and make start point. So when that cuts, it's going to cut from right there and move wherever. So, and this is a really good software. Unbelievable how much stuff you can do with it the more you play with it. There's things I don't even use with this, don't even know how to use with this software, honestly, that I've just never gotten put. It's really a need to use, but there's a lot of good videos out there on this. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm showing that. I know this video was too long. I'll find out I can't even use it so long. So that's all for now on that. So if you get any questions on that, we can do some more exercise, or you can do a Zoom conference with me, and I'll walk you through some things on the screen here. But let's get out of here. Get to bed.